Okay, so the final step, step 7 of budgeting your best life budgeting system, is the budget tracker. Now, the budget tracker is based on a zero budgeting system, which sounds complicated, but it really isn't. And at the front of the budget planner, I do actually explain about the zero budget method, and I explain that it's not difficult. It's basically just telling your income where to go. So you're taking the income that you earn every month and you're allocating a space for it. You're sending it to either pay bills, or you're sending it to the savings tracker, which is your living costs, or you're sending it to some savings accounts for your savings pots. And the idea is that if you, for example, I'll show you an example here. I suggest that the income is £2,000, and basically I ask you to allocate all of your expenses. Some of it will go into your bill tracker, some of it will form part of your spending tracker, and some of it may form part of your savings pots. Now, you might be wondering where debts are, and I include those within the bill tracker because those debts will be standing orders or direct debits that go to your credit card. So you will include those as part of your debt tracker. And what I suggest is that you take that £2,000 and you allocate it into the relevant pots, into the relevant trackers. And you should therefore end up with £2,000 worth of expenses and zero at the bottom. That's why it's called zero budgeting. So you're allocating every single penny or dollar that you earn. Now, this example here is a little bit more expanded than the normal monthly ones. It's just to show you that I'm including things like rent and telephone and broadband and gas and water in your bill tracker. And then I'm including, credit card payments are also included in the bill tracker, as we've mentioned before. And then the spending tracker is going to include things like grocery, household, personal, social, transport, etc. And then a small space for savings pots at the end. So really what this budget tracker does is it brings together all of the other trackers that we've spoken about. So it brings in your bill tracker, it brings in your spending tracker, it includes your debt tracker figures, and it also includes your savings tracker figures, i.e. the savings pots that you've set up. So it pulls all those bits together into one document. Now, when I first ask you to start using this system, this is usually the final bit that pulls everything together. But in reality, on a regular ongoing basis, the budget tracker is going to be right at the front, because what you want to do is be able to say, right, beginning of the month, this is how much I know is coming in, this is where I want to put it all. Now, you'll find that things change, life gets in the way. You might decide that savings pots figures will maybe go up and down. Bills, you might make some savings 1 month that you weren't expecting to, so you can adjust the bill figure back down again. Spending, you might decide to increase or decrease your spending tracker. So this is a flexible document. So let me just show you what you would normally see at the beginning of the month. So this is one of the first pages that you'll see on a monthly basis. This is the zero budget. And what it does is it says, okay, I know how much I'm going to be earning. Put that at the top there, total income. Then there's a section here for expenses. Now you'll notice that I've broken down these expenses into the different trackers on this. So whereas I'm not itemizing everything out individually, I'm just saying, right, the total from your bill tracker, because your bill trackers tend to stay the same. You might find that during the month you might find a better electricity supplier. So that's why I get you to fill this in every month, because sometimes bills can go up and down. So you have to flex this figure accordingly. So let's say you know what your figure is, you pop it in there. Your total savings pots, again, that tends to stay the same because you tend to be saving a regular amount every month, but it may change. So that's why you look at it every month. So you slot the figure in there. The spending tracker is, I have broken it down into the various component parts, and the groceries, household, personal, social and transport and other are the same columns that you find on your spending tracker. It's just giving you an opportunity to highlight where you want to split your money in those, because that's the area that you tend to have the ability to save more easily. So you might change that more regularly, the breakdown of that. So then the total amount that you've decided you're going to allocate against spending in your spending tracker, you put that in that column there. And what you hope to find is that the expenses, if you've fairly allocated them, you should come back to zero. So if that was 2,000, all these sum to 2,000, you'd be at zero. Now, like I say, you need to flex this. So you might find that in 1 month you might have a bonus, you might have a bit more money come in which case you might think, right, what do I want to allocate that extra money to? Do I want to allocate it to savings pots? Do I want to give myself a bit more spending money on for food? And you can do that. You can allocate accordingly. So that's why I do this every month, because sometimes your income goes up, sometimes it goes down, unfortunately. But this gives you the opportunity to track it. So if my income was going to go down and I knew about it, then I'd think, okay, where can I make some savings? Can I cut back a little bit on groceries? Maybe. Can I cut back on the savings pots? Just stop those for a month. Yeah, okay, I can do that. So you might put zero for your savings pots in that particular month and allow yourself the flexibility to earn less that month, but you're still coming down to zero here. So hopefully you get the drift. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's numbers are going to be different, and it is a bit of you might need to scribble out and re-enter the figures. It really is a working document, and it will change month on month, but that's why it's important to try and use this document and understand what you've got coming in every month and understand what's going out every month. So that's your zero budget. We'll probably talk about this more in the Facebook page, and if there's any questions, then please drop me a question into the Facebook group, which is called Budgeting Your Best Life, and that's in Facebook. So if you do have any questions, just pop them into there and I'll certainly answer them. But this is the document that really is the linchpin and brings all the other trackers into this one document. So it's really important that you understand it. So hopefully this has explained it. But as I say, if you have any further questions, then please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the Facebook group or on the Facebook page. Facebook page is called She Saves Money. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.